Hello everybody, AnYT here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Actually, I have to remember that this is the Ultra Deluxe, but nobody cares, I think.
All of his co-workers...
Yeah, we know, narrator.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like I said in the last episode, we're going to do the Mind Facility ending, because I didn't do it by myself, only with a bucket, as of now, so let's go quickly and do that.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to cut, so yeah, it will be pretty quick.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, no. 2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry again.
Anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
You're out of touch. Lucky Star. Great anime. I haven't watched it actually.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thank you, narrator. Fuck you, narrator, by the way. Now let's go down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Let's go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh no, I did that. So nobody cares.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Can you watch anime?
The strength to find out.
I mean, it would be cool if I could watch anime, but there's just
now
a surveillance room.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let's go.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, at least it paid good, I hope.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
I will be in control now of everyone.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, there we go.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this.
I have the power.
As the cold reality of
so shut the fuck up, narrator.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Wrong.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the...
Fucking great!
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Let's go, I'm a
It's your
star.
heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Sure not.
What's that?
Passive aggressive.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
Thank you.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's
So-
quite rich. I almost hate
funny.
to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even
How
better.
far do I have to go?
My
for it to
goodness,
open?
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Like it will
Dear me,
change
what's the
something.
matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything,
Oh, shit.
something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game's beaten?
Funny.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's
Let's
a spoiler.
explode.
Timer isn't
Sorry.
a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it,
Oh shit.
so you can't.
Goodbye, employee 427.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to
Cool.
pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in.
It's New Year's! Happy New Year! Oh fucking shit, my laptop. Alright. Let's go and get our
All of his
pockets.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket.
Thank you.
But Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Oh yeah, let luck on
Stanley
my side.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better?
No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
Can I
room.
speak? Thank you. We're going to the telephone, but with a bucket.
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Come on.
Good, said the bucket.
Ooh.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, let's go.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone,
Said the bucket.
pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Okay, let's go home.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he
my
was
bucket?
lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello. Hello, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Press hard to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
No, it's all true. Press J to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
A bit.
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Maybe. Buckets are buckets. They're cool.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley,
What is
can you
it?
hear me? Listen to
It's
me.
my bucket.
It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk.
There you go.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Well, not only a liquid, all the stuff too. Oh, there it is.
You see,
Never
he's not
mind.
listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press G to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Well, I mean, we all know TFG, so buckets all the way.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need
With
it anymore.
bread.
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of
Not empty, it's
shiny
full of love.
bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine.
See? You bet if I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press Q to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store
Let's
bucket.
watch Big Brother.
It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press P to live this same day with me over and over and over again.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
My bucket.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press G to go home, to work, to home, to work, to home, to go... sorry, to go home, to work, to home, to work, to home. Okay, G, there we go.
Oh no, I'm having feelings.
Ooh,
Bucket. Oh no, no,
bucket
no.
6.
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't
Okay.
understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing.
Wait, what?
Yes.
No,
The bucket could tell me what to do
No.
in this troublesome
Narrator.
situation. Stanley,
no, it's my
give me the
bucket.
bucket.
No,
Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
No,
Stanley.
no.
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
it's property of Stanley. It's my bucket. Go back to work, Stanley. Yes, bucket. Bucket summer.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Now, I want
What
to
could it
see
be?
what would happen
Stanley
if
decided to go to
I...
the meeting room. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded on.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, narrator. My train of thoughts. Okay, so I was thinking to go there again, but do not listen to the bucket and answer the phone.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Nope.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, by the way, so...
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
How do I get there? Can I get there? Oh. And get the figurine.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlets. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Sure, whatever, pal. Alright, slowly now. Oh shit. Oh, new ending. Didn't expect that. Wasn't in my plans.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Oh my god. Okay, see you guys, well, at the phone room. Okay, there we go.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay, well, no, at the phone room a bit earlier, but you get it, guys.
Now
Nope.
pick up the...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Yeah.
Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer?
Probably.
Or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult.
True.
I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Okay, let's see.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Okay.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh,
Mr.
in all
Beast!
likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time.
Okay.
With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm Donny with the
Practice
funny.
screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Donny with the funny. No. Cringe.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long
Fucking
and should
shit.
include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter
Great.
in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the
Yo.
war to fight the 12-legged invaders
What the fuck?
who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do
What the
after
fuck?
us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
07 in the chat?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated.
A little?
Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay, cut to the doors.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Nope. The fuck?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
Calm
What an
down.
egregious mistake.
Don't worry.
I made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy.
Narrator.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I think
No,
I
no, no,
need
no,
to
wait,
go
wait.
back and rewatch
Narrator,
the
narrator,
video.
narrator, don't do it.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No, no, no. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What if I go to the left?
No, 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 no. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
Funny.
Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
No, those wasn't very good.
Pale with shame. Pale with shame.
Oh man.
Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar.
Okay, this was good.
No, 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 no. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more...
No, 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 no. Narrator, narrator, narrator.
That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More...
Sorry, Leroy.
videos. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Ah, Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Very well. Okay, this was pretty sad, poor narrator. Anyways, like always, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and to share to all for friends. AnYT. Bye bye!